Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to talk about toxic family relationships and how to manage them. This is a subject that I have been wanting to discuss for a long time. I have very personal experience with this subject. And if you're tuning into this video, my guess is you either have or you're currently going through this. So let's get into it. So when we talk about toxic relationships, what exactly are we talking about? We're not talking about things that are maybe petty or annoying, or people who may do things in your life to upset you. What we're talking about is toxic relationships. So what does that mean? That means things like, well, I'll tell you what, I will just share with you my experience in my life with toxic relationships. So I have experienced narcissistic abuse. I have experienced deep betrayal, disloyalty, lying, being taken for granted, being assumed. I've experienced greed. I've experienced slander of the utmost degree. I mean, I could probably go on, but we're talking about people in relationships where you get no benefit whatsoever from the interaction or the relationship with these folks. In fact, it's the exact opposite. It's misery and trouble. It's problematic. It's stressful. There's nothing positive that comes from the relationship. And so that's what I'm talking about. It could be abusive, could be physically abusive, emotionally abusive, mentally abusive. I mean, I can go on here. My guess is you got the gist of it because you've been through it. So the stress here for you, in all likelihood, is, well, what do you do about it? Because this is your family. And the issue is that society has programmed you that no matter what, family has to stick together. And it doesn't matter what people are doing or how they treat you. You know, that's your parent, that's your spouse, that's your child, that's your sibling, that's your whatever. And you have to stand by these people. And guess what? No, you don't. You don't have to stand by these people. So it's really a matter of, what are you willing to tolerate? See, for me, I have Pluto and I have Uranus in my first house. So without getting into a whole astrology diatribe, I have an extremely strong cutoff game. I have been like this my whole life. If you mistreat me, you lie to me, you do any of the things I've described already, make me feel bad about myself, talk down to me, man, that's like, you want to talk about 0 to 100 in less than 40 seconds. Like, don't talk down to me. Don't try to belittle me. Don't act like you're better than me. Those are like instantaneous cutoff qualifications, okay? So I'm fortunate in a lot of ways that I have this innate in me that I just am not tolerating this stuff. So I have cut people off for far less than maybe you might, or the average person might, because I just will not accept being mistreated. I've had enough mistreatment in my life But the problem is for the people who are the closest to you, okay, it is really, really difficult to come to these types of conclusions. Um, it's a lot easier if you're going to, you know, just stop contacting that friend in your life who, you just don't feel good around them anymore. You lose touch. You don't have things in common. Or maybe they start treating you a way that you just don't feel comfortable with it. And you just don't, you can cut them off. It's kind of easy. Or, relationships, people, they break up. You think you're in love and this person is one way, and then you get comfortable in the relationship and here come the true colors, and you just sort of part and go your separate ways. Well, that stuff's easier than to like cut your mother off, or just say my child is just toxic to me and they mistreat me, and I'm just not going to tolerate this anymore. I'm going to let them go live their life. Or a sibling who is disloyal to you. They or a great example would be when you're experiencing, say, narcissistic abuse, and you're trying to break away from the narcissist in your life, which is, there are umpteen channels on YouTube just on this subject alone. I am not going to pretend to be an expert here, but as difficult as it is to break free from a narcissist, and you do it, well, here come the flying monkeys, because the narcissist is going to rally the troops. They're going to do whatever they can to keep that narcissistic supply, which is you, feeding them. And so they go to the most ridiculous extremes to try to get you to come back. And they will absolutely go after your family, and they will try to turn these people against you. I've had this happen to me, slandered to the nth degree, and the people closest to you become the flying monkeys for the narcissist, and they betray you. This is something I've experienced personally. And so, these things can be really, really, really painful, especially when it's your family. And so, well, what do you do? Okay, what you do is ask yourself, what are you willing to tolerate? And if you are going to tolerate this, ask yourself, why am I putting up with this mistreatment? See, what a lot of times, you certainly won't get this from society, because you've got to stick to your family. You guys have to be supporting each other, and it doesn't matter if somebody's treating you badly. That's your family. That's society. That's a lie. See, what society isn't going to tell you is that before you incarnate, you have soul contracts, and people agree, or souls agree, to play roles in your life. You do the same for them. And so you come into this life, and these people play roles so that your soul can grow and your soul can learn, and so will theirs. And so sometimes the contract is, yeah, it's going to go this way, but then it's going to change. And at some point in our life, I'm going to do this to you. And are you going to tolerate it? Are you going to put up with it? Because maybe your soul needs that experience so that you handle and treat yourself with more self-respect. It could be a million different things or reasons why you agreed to this contract and this is all going down the way it's going down. But the fact is it isn't always until death do us part. That's a lie. That's a societal lie. Now, for the people that can do that and make it work, and that's beautiful, that's wonderful for them. But that's not the way it works for most people. Most people have contracts. They're sort of on a time frame, And when the contract's up, the contract's up. And either you're learning the lesson or you're not. And so sometimes, you just have to put your self-respect first. And so what are you willing to put up with? Because if you continue to accept being mistreated, the universe is going to up the ante until you say enough's enough. Now, I know that there are situations and that there are people who are in, say, unsafe situations. There's always exceptions to the rule in terms of how to handle this thing or this type of behavior from people. But there are also resources out there and help that people can seek. So I don't want to just say for somebody whose life might be in danger, oh, just leave that narcissist, you'll be fine. They won't do any damage to you. I'm not trying to say that by any stretch of the imagination. What I'm really talking about is less extreme situations, but horrendous enough that they affect your quality of life. So I had to say goodbye to all of these people. And so the idea or the thought of saying goodbye to your family can be extremely scary for people because, well, then what will I have? I'll be alone. Then what will I do? Geez, how will that affect my Thanksgiving? How will that affect my Christmas? These people won't send me a birthday card. Yeah, they won't. Or if they send me one, I don't even open it. It goes in the trash. It's like, no. What's worse? Your quality of life and tolerating these people making you feel terrible? Controlling your life, lying, manipulating, betraying you, showing disloyalty, abusing you? Is that actually better than being alone and having that removed from your life? Because I can tell you firsthand, when you have all of these people and these behaviors removed from your life gets exponentially better. It's addition by subtraction. No one should have to tolerate toxic family relationships, because families are nothing more than contracts that you agreed to before you came here to learn lessons. And so sometimes when you walk away, you completed the contract. And I don't know this first, I can't tell you this for certain, but I can be pretty confident that when you walk away from people who mistreat you, they give you a standing ovation on the other side, because it's just a major milestone in your soul growth that you had the self-respect to say, I'm not putting up with this. So I hope that this resonates for you. I hope this helps you in some way. I certainly empathize with your pain, with whatever it is that you might be going through. If you're dealing with these types of family members, this type of toxicity, really, I have deep compassion for you, and I appreciate how stressful this can be. But you're better than this. You deserve better. Put yourself first. When we put up with this stuff, we're not putting ourselves first. God wants you to put yourself first. Anyway, that's what I got for you today. Please like, share, subscribe, and I will catch you on the next one.